on that highway you will reach God, because that highway goes straight to the presence of God within each and every one of us. So light is another aspect of the presence of God within. Another aspect is healing. Healing. What would this world do without healing? Well, in one sense, it wouldn't be too bad, because, it's a pain that keeps us in line or keeps us out of line. The healing aspect is the most important thing, perhaps, in this world existence. His master used to say, if it wasn't for that touch, it wouldn't be too bad. But that touch causes a great attachment. And so the healing aspect within you is what? Love. Love. And that healing aspect, or that bliss, is an aspect of the presence of God within you. So there you have, in a few words, what you are searching for. And the highway which you are following will take you to the presence of God. You will know it in those three ways. The great cosmic sound of Om reverberating through every cell of your body, reverberating throughout eternity. You'll see the great cosmic light of God spread throughout all eternity. And you will feel the love of God which is inexhaustible. That's the presence of God within you. And the highway will take you, the highway to the infinite will take you to the presence of God. Now, the followers of the different religions should unite in recognition of these eternal truths which have been stressed by the masters of all religions. They have all said the same thing. We could go through them all. I'll just take one or two. For instance, in the Quran, it speaks about those who are following the highway to God as being one with rivers of bliss. Another place it speaks about the nearness of God. Now, Master, as I said this morning, Master says, or points out, that bliss consciousness is God consciousness. In the Avesta, which is the sacred book of Zoroastrianism, it speaks about, if you follow the Ahunava will lead you to Ahura Mazda, which means the great light of God. Ahunava is the same as the Om vibration, the same as the Amen. And so, going to the Bible, in the Bible we read, the peace that passeth all understanding. In the bliss which you feel within, don't you feel a satisfaction? Don't you feel a contentment? Aren't you complete at that moment? Why? That's the presence of God within you. And finally, and I think this is perhaps the greatest reference, is in the Vedas when it says, he who knows Om, he who knows the Amen of the Mohammedans, the Amen of the Christians, the Ahunava of the Zoroastrians, he who knows Om of the Hindus, knows Brahman, knows God. That's the highway to God. That's the highway to the infinite. Be in that Om vibration. You have the ways and the means. You have the technique. And we were so fortunate in having a real Son of God come as our Guru, the beloved Master. Follow him. If he's your Guru, follow him, as Sister Dynamite said. People came to her complaining about this and that, about their discipline. She says, is he your Guru? They said, yes. She says, follow him. So follow the omniscience of God who came to you and came to each one of us and comes to us now as our Guru, channel back home to God. Now, we have a Bible reference at this time. Following this highway to the infinite will take you back home to God, which is the purpose of life. The purpose of life isn't to make $1 million. I guess most of us know that. It's too difficult. So we dismiss that. But it's not as difficult as knowing God. But it's more important. Because in the end, what are you going to have? You're going to have something real, tangible, something you cannot exhaust. If you have dominion, you may lose it. Somebody may take it away from you, and worst of all, you have to give it up when you're through with it. God, you do not have to give up. If you once can catch him, so to speak, lay hold on him, he will never leave you, and you will never leave him. Such is the love of the one Father. And so, in our reference this morning about this purpose of life, let us turn to the 40th chapter of Isaiah, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th verses. And this speaks about the highway to the infinite so wonderfully. First it says, the voice of him that crieth in the wilderness. You know when you first started to meditate, it was surely a wilderness within. There wasn't anything there, was there, but just darkness and void. But there was a voice there. And as you meditated and kept on, that voice became more tangible. And so it says, the voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord. The Lord is Christ consciousness, all cosmic consciousness in creation. Prepare the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Doesn't that point out the highway to the infinite? Make straight, that's the straight way to God. To follow his presence with him. In this case, as the aspect of his voice, the holy vibration, the sound. What will happen, it goes on to say, if you follow the highway to the infinite? Most beautifully it says, every valley shall be exalted, every mountain and hill shall be made low, and the crooked shall be made straight, and the rough places plain. All your problems, and only in God will all your problems be solved. Everything you will find, if you trust in the infinite Father, really trust, no mental reservation, but fully trust him, really want God, really feel his love in your heart, and know that that's the only thing you want, the only thing that you will ever be satisfied with, you will find his hand working. You will see the rough places made smooth. You'll see the high problems, the big problems, as mountains dissolve before the love of the infinite Father. And finally,